And a very, very warm welcome along. Happy Tuesday, I think, with a question mark. Happy day of the week. Let me double check the day. Yes, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome into DG777, to Paul Anthony, to D1, to Adrian, to Gemma Barnes, to Snail Shoes, and to Georgia over on Twitch. I hope everyone is doing very, very well today. Today we're doing one of our favourite things ever. We're dragging a Pokémon kicking and screaming from a generation where it belongs into a generation where it doesn't really exist. The packs are not going to be on screen today, Georgia, I beg your pardon. But they are going to still open as normal once I've got Mix It Up open. So I need to open up Mix It Up. I knew that was something I forgot to do. You're playing your own gift lot, Kanbei. I saw that you got yourself it was either a Teddy Ursa or an Ursaring. Good morning, Royal K-Man. I hope you're doing very well today. Kind of very last minute rush. The medical appointment I had, it finished literally about 10 minutes ago. So I've wolfed down a sweet chili chicken wrap from Tesco with no bag of crisps yet, so I'll be having that in my first break. Let me roll one of the packs for you. Georgia, you've got a Gen 1 and a Gen 2. Let me do that, and then we will get on to the challenge. So I hope everyone's having a very good day. Hope you've had a less hectic start to the day than I have. Definitely one of those I don't know if I'm coming or going at the moment, but we shall see what exactly goes on throughout the course of this challenge. I've got cheese and onion. Oh, apparently we do have that thing on. That should not be on screen there. But there's your first pack, Georgia. It will go off screen after this one. And here is your second pack. I'm going to keep those off screen so that I can focus on the gameplay. This is very much one where I'm going to need to focus because we are doing a challenge run as opposed to a Nuzlocke, and we will be against the clock. Alright, with that intro out of the way, let me rearrange my on-screen furniture so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Make sure the microphone isn't blocking my timer. Let's take a look at our stats. Level 5 with 21 HP, holding a berry with Scratch and Growl. We have 12 in attack, 10 in defense, 13 in special attack, 11 in special defense, and 11 in speed. We won't be using any trade evos in this one, but or are we talking about the pack opening? You just get what you get with the pack openings. Let us start the timer. Let's just get going, get into the groove of this one. I hope all the audio levels are okay today as well. I haven't had a chance to do my normal little sound check that I do before going on air. So I hope the music's fine, the microphone's fine, and just everything's fine in general. Audio's good for you, Georgia. Thank goodness for that. If it's good for you on Twitch and it's good for you on YouTube, then we know we're doing something at least half decent. And of course, because we're a starter, we're in medium slow, which gives us the quickest leveling up at the beginning of the game. We also have Scratch as opposed to Tackle, which is probably the best of the 3 normal starting moves you get in early gen starters. I like Scratch over Pound, and I like Pound over Tackle. At level 10 we'll be getting Ember. That means we'll be able to do Sprout Tower, hopefully. Because I think we might need to do Sprout Tower to get through good old Falkner. Because of course Falkner is going to have Mud Slap. And we know how nasty Mud Slap is for our fire types. So we'll grab a couple of berries here. We'll grab the Scamtidote there. Get the potion, and I think I will actually get that extra PSN berry today. But are we all prepared for all 3 of these starters this week? There's one of the 3 I'm not looking forward to, and I'm sure you'll all know which one it is. It begins with Tre, ends in Eco. Because I really don't like the start of Grass-type Pokemon in Johto. They get so screwed over. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful time with your appointment, Gemma. Exactly, we've got to collect those PlayStation Network berries before they increase the prices. So, of course, the rival's going to have Totodile. He was going to have nothing else here. We're not going to complain. Totodile's fairly benign throughout the course of this challenge. We might have a couple of issues at Rival 2. but we'll probably have sand attack and we'll just keep yeeting sand in his face until we get through that one. So it's not like when we run a Pokemon with a 4x weakness, thinking of Mudkip there. Like, the Mudkip line is going to really struggle at Rival 2. But this one should be fairly trivial. I say that. We might have a Spanner thrown in the works somewhere. We've got Hidden Power Ice today, so that should see us through both Claire and Lance fairly well. With a Fire type, that means we don't need to worry about the Jasmine fight. Maybe a couple of issues at Chuck, but we'll have Peck for that, which is of course a Flying type move. We can get ourselves a Sharp Beak. Everything, I think, it could line up for one of our best challenges in quite some time. The only thing we need to stop are all these bloody wild encounters. Goodness me. Can we go more than 2 steps in the grass? Welcome in, Seth. I hope you're doing well today. I was doing well until Torchic decided it wanted every random battle possible. Joey, I'm here to beat you up and take your lunch money. We are only a tiny bit of experience away from getting Ember now. It's going to give us stab, means we can beat up the bug catchers. So we'll move Ember into Tippy Top spot now. And look at that, a one-shot. Because we've got something super effective, I don't see any reason not to take on these bug catchers either. We might as well take the experience and run with it. So our first plan is get ourselves into Sprout Tower. We'll ascend the tower, we'll get rid of all the trainers in there, and then hopefully that combined with the first 2 gym trainers in Faulkner's gym, we shouldn't have too bad a time. Now, I do have good news for all of you who are waiting for the pre-recorded videos. The first one, it's almost done. There's like maybe 20 more minutes work that needs to go into it. And then we'll be good to go with a very long for me challenge run video. The run lengths come out at something like 42.5 minutes. Which, those of you who've seen my content pre-recorded in the past, you know that 18 minutes is usually my run length. So we're going to be trying to make the videos a little bit longer going forward. And I have to say the edit was an absolute breeze for it. Tried a new editing technique with a couple of little scripts to help me chop out bits that I knew I didn't want. Worked flawlessly. So it does also mean that not this week, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with these as prereqs, but we can start doing some prereqs as VODs. Or some VODs as prereqs, I should say. Well, it'll just be like little bonus videos, condensed versions of the same stream. I don't like it when I see my little timeline. It's got like 4 hours of footage remaining, and I've been editing for a couple of hours already. That first hurdle of like getting through the first hour of crap that you've got to edit out is always the hardest. Level 14 already, jeez. So this should be a very easy battle as well. And the only reason we're already up to like 6.5 minutes is because all those bloody wild encounters we had. We burnt the Hoot Hoot, so that saves us a turn. And we get up to 15. Get ourselves Flash. We'll get the escape rope. Let's get the hell out of here. One thing I've been trying to explain in the upcoming video is sometimes it's better to take on battles earlier, because the time you lose doing those battles will save you time with quicker battles later. It's like here we just one-shot that Spearow. And I'm going to assume it's a one-shot on both the Pidgey as well. So let's give ourselves a berry, and this is Falconer. Please do bear with me just a second. There is something not quite working there. Let me just reopen this script. Had a little error come up on my PC. I see the issue. There is a slight issue in the mapper backend that I very quickly need to fix. Should only take 20 seconds or so. Apologies about this. We just didn't have something in the mapper that is used for back-end tracking. But that is now in the mapper, so I am very pleased to say that it's not working. For goodness sake. Wouldn't be one of my streams without something going wrong, would it? Why is this not working? Oh, GameHook has just completely crashed. Old version of GameHook, I hasten to add, not my current version of GameHook. Please do bear with me a second. Technical issues are abound. Oh, it helps if you edit the right mapper, doesn't it? There we go. Apologies about that. And yet there's still more bloody errors. I can assure you now, it will be 20 seconds. And this is the only time this will happen because it's something new added to the mapper. It's what you get for having new technology on your bloody mapper that you added in. You forget to do it for all your backports. There we go. This is definitely Falconer now. One shot. Burn. Didn't even mud slap. Perfect. Mega Blaziken looks small and skinny. We'll be getting to Blaziken in the course of the storyline. In fact, here's our first evolution. We evolve from Torchic into Combusken. And we can move on. So those of you who've never seen a Mega Evolution challenge run before in Crystal, the way I do it, we do it as a regular challenge run, but we've incorporated the Mega Evolution into the storyline. So what does that mean? That means that at one point in the storyline, we'll get ourselves the Mega Stone, and we'll get the Mega Ring. At another point of the storyline, we combine those two together, and that is how we Mega Evolve. You're not wrong there, Kanbei. I'm just going to remove the card opening screen from my screen so that it doesn't distract you during gameplay, but you can still open cards. you'll just get it in the chat instead. Exactly, not to be confused with getting mega stoned, which is completely different. Good morning, Daniel. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, I swear to God, the amount of wilds on this one. I need to add a tracker. See just how many wild encounters we get per challenge run. Because it feels like we're getting an awful lot today. I hope you have a very good work day today, Daniel. And those of you who were on Twitch yesterday, you may have noticed the Twitch alerts didn't work as they should have done. I think I fixed that after stream. So hopefully all of our Twitch alerts come through as they bloody should. I've given up on stream elements. It's now all run through Mix It Up. My favourite Gen 3 starter, I'm basic, I like Swampert. Of course, we get Stab on our fighting moves as well now. We'll be seeing the Gecko tomorrow. I've got to be honest, I'm not really fond of Trico. So my aim for tomorrow is to try and find some kind of bond with Trico. Swampert is a beast. Swampert is very bloody good. But I think Gen 3 overall has some of the strongest starters of any generation. Like, you look at all three of those starters and you think they did very well. They knew what they were doing. They put some good designs in. And at the moment, with how Johto's beginning starts... That's a bit of a tautology, isn't it? Beginning starts. With the start of the Johto challenge, we've got a really, really nice beginning firefighting. Because yes, we're going to be weak to rollout, but we have double kick and stab double kick at that. Sceptile did need something secondary going on with it. Just something to give it that little bit of extra. Because I never like it when two of the three starters get a secondary type and then the third one. Oh, that is true. Rollout will be neutral. I always forget about the fighting type having benefits. Yep, there are far too many firefighting starters these days. But this, I think, was the first of its type combination, wasn't it? And I like how we're already... We give so little of a crap about Bugsy that we're already smack-talking Whitney. That just shows how insignificant he is in this challenge, doesn't it? And here comes Bugsy, our second gym leader together, a Bug-type specialist who leads with Metapod. Goodbye, Metapod. Don't even want Sand Attack now. I think we've got a decent set of moves. Fire Ghost is definitely starting to be overused. In the same way that Ghost Grass is starting to be overused. Let's move on to rival number 2. One-shot the Ghastly, grows to level 22. Water Gun does next to nothing. And we didn't hit ourselves in confusion. Onwards and upwards to Goldenrod City. Very, very, very smooth challenge so far. Where do we think the roadblocks will be here, actually? Welcome in, Pincher Eye. Thank you so much for your kind words. That is very, very sweet of you. As long as I put a smile... We've not got the bloody HM, friends. Let's pause the timer. See, there was me, having the time of my life, thinking, we're doing really well with this Pokemon. We forget the bloody HM, friends. Let me reset my encounters to 0, and then we'll catch them. We're just doing it slightly differently. But thank you, Pincher Eye, for the very kind words there. I hope you have a wonderful time in stream today. I am very glad that Incineroar became Fire Dark, as opposed to Firefighting. There's Psyduck. We've already got Paris. I think you're right there about Claire and Lance's Gyarados. Now we'll teach Cut and Flash to Paris. And we'll unpause the timer there. Wait a second. And we're on our merry way again. Can we learn Head Butte? Yes, we can. Big props to you if you noticed before we got into the forest that we forgot the HM friends. Let's hope that's the only thing we forget today. I'm still getting used to this. I was gonna call it a new controller. It's my original controller. As we saw on Friday last week, my other controller's just on the fritz. I don't know what's wrong with it. But it is not liking being plugged in at the moment. I think we noticed pretty much at the same time, Gemma. With stream delay, I was in the menu and I was like, yeah, there's no HM friends here. Thunder Punch will be great. We're a mixed attacker, so we can do Thunder Punch if we like. Probably get rid of Peck. Because Peck's only going to be used for the fighting types. I.e. Poliwrath. And I think Thunder Punch is going to be much more versatile. So I'll tell you what, before we forget. Let's go straight up here. Are we friendly enough? No. But we can get ourselves a Thunder Punch now. Because Peck's only really good for grass and bug alongside flying, but we've got fire for grass and bug. Would you get what I mean if I've said this one feels like it could be a Typhlosion type challenge, but even better? I don't think we'll have too many issues with Morty, honestly. Because when we get back to Goldenrod, I'm going to get a Fire Punch. Yeah, it's like Typhlosion with a bit of the best bits of the Mankey line. I'm going to grab the Quickie Seed just in case we need it later. Yeah, I don't think Morty's going to be as much of an issue as other challenge runs. Just because we can brute force him. We'll have the Minceberry, so he's probably going to go Hypnosis Dream Eater. But having the Mintberry means we should be fine for that. First time in a while we've seen Psychic Mark do a withdraw there. Welcome in, Chad. I hope you're doing very, very well today. Bit of a scuff start to stream, but when isn't it? We're into the rhythm of it now, though. Do a heal for PP purposes? We've got a very good learn set already, and we're going to get even better now. Just do the Hokey Cokey on the wrong floor for a bit. TM48. Best of luck, Kanbei. We know how awful the radio tower is. It's not difficult, it's just mind-numbing. Gen 2 has a real balance issue, Carnage. You're not wrong. The fact that you can get all 3 punches after 2 badges for just 3,000 apiece, it makes the game, in parts, very trivial. Even a crit won't save wit here. Oh, I forgot to do this, didn't I? There we go. Here is that was Whitney. I'm surprised it's a mixed attacker as well. I always thought of it as a special attack, as a physical attacker. I'm just thinking ahead PP management wise. And I reckon because we need to go and get the coin case anyway for later for Flamethrower, we might as well take on these trainers here now. Because then we can just dig... No, we can't dig out yet, but we can teach dig. And then move on towards Ekritique. Oh, we've been picnic-a-kimmed. Kanbei and Seth, I think you had exactly the same thought, almost exactly the same moment there. It's one of those days, folks, where I'm forgetting little bits and pieces. But don't worry, the timer is in sync. Brain's been a bit up the wazoo today. With that medical appointment earlier. Time is trying to be the Backstreet Boys, but it is NSYNC. I've been trying to avoid return as much as possible. Because I think return is a very powerful move, but it does feel cheap sometimes. It's probably the most damage we're going to take from the Kimono Girls. Return is one of the most reliable moves in the game. By a long way. Return, Headbutt, Surf, Ice Punch, and Hidden Power. Those moves all combined make Gen 2 fairly trivial. Ooh, Bulk Up. Might be a mistake forgetting headbutt for that. You know what? We are going to be replacing that with hidden power. We'll go special attacking mostly. There's the Mega Ring, by the way. Well, I've banned Rest Talk on my channel. Because I really don't like Rest Talk as a strat. I think I overly rely on Return and Hidden Power. But at least I've only got one health bar. Whereas Rest Talk, it is the same for every Pokemon. Exactly, with all the good moves that there are in Goldenrod, they could have bumped up the difficulty curve in terms of levels. Because we're doing this as a Mega Wern, we're not actually going to be running Bulk Up. Because we know that the stats recalc for Megas. For a Generation 2 challenge run, Normal and Ground will hit all barring one Pokemon that you encounter for neutral damage, at minimum. No prizes. Well, the prize of pride, if you know which Pokemon. Yep, there we go. Lance's Aerodactyl is the one Pokemon which bucks that trend. However, Ice and Ground hits everything neutrally in Gen 2. Or at least everything we come up across throughout the course of the challenge. But then you look at the Pokemon that are Ice and Ground, i.e. Swinub, and you think you're not overpowered. Because defensively, it's such a bad combination. But offensively, it's one of the best. I reckon, you know, we've got pretty much close to our final learn set already. Because we've got an Ice type move, we've got an Electric type move. The only thing that may go is Double Kick. Say hello to the cow for good luck. As it stands right now, though, we've got so much good coverage. The only Pokemon I can see posing a slight threat is Claire's Kingdra at the moment. We do have firepower for days, quite literally, in this case. Completely agree, Kanbei. Swinub line is brilliant, but it's too slow. I've got a real soft spot for the Swinub line, actually. I think it's really cute. It's just not that great. And the fact it doesn't learn Dig in Gen 2 is an absolute flaming travesty. I'm never going to live that Ursaring evolving into Nidorino down, am I? I've been considering Mamoswine as a backport. No, that's the wrong movement. Feeling so confident that with this one, I was already ready to take on Jazz. Clear the bag space. Clear the bag space. Probably looking at about 31 minutes for Morty at current pace. But then we have done Lighthouse, so hopefully fairly quick chuck. And then I think we'll be more than capable of taking on Jazz as we stand already. So we'll do our quick routing. I will be doing a prereq without the mega part of Mega BLAZIKEN. I reckon I'll just do a quick air critique with that one. Beating trainers taking their money, that is the dream. We need all the money we can get. Because I want Flamethrower by the end. The fact that Thunder Punch is one-shotting both Ghastly and Haunter fills me with quite a big sense of confidence for Gengar. Watch that bite me in the bum. And this is Morty. Morty is our fourth gym leader together. He's a Ghost and Poison type specialist. And he leads with Ghastly. We say goodbye to Ghastly. We say goodbye to Haunter. We say goodbye to Gengar. Yes. And then it's goodbye to the other Haunter. Perfect. 30-31 for the Fog badge. We got our brooms out. We are sweeping away. Goodbye, ghosties. We'll see just a couple more ghosts now. Throughout the course of this challenge, it's going to be Rival and Karen who have the ghosts next. Choose our last repel. We'll bring the supers up to tippy top spot. I think Gen 4 in general tried to make amends for the power creep that had happened in Gen 3 by giving some of the earlier Gen Pokemon another chance to shine. That is a very good question as to whether we'll be in the one-shot Umbreon Club. Club. I mean, we'll probably have Sky Uppercut by then. It's only 90% accurate, but it is a good move. These are some of my least favourite trainers in the game, by the way. This double team battle annoys me more than it should. I think we actually have a dangerous Machoke here, because it's got Rock Slide, but it went for Karate Chop. And it's almost as if we've timed this to perfection. Because just before the gym leader, we say goodbye to our Combusken and hello to BLAZIKEN in its place. And we also get Blaze Kick. Welcome in, Ronjamin. I hope you're doing very well today. And this is Chuck. Chuck is our 5th gym leader. He is, of course, a fighting type specialist who leads with Primeape. That was Chuck. We get Fly as a result of that, and because of our curse placement before, we can instantly teach Fly to Kenya. And I'm actually going to get rid of Blaze Kick and replace it with Fire Punch again. Because I think sacking that 10 power to give us an extra 100% accurate move is definitely the play. It's amazing just how many punching moves there are, but what is more amazing is how few of them are fighting type punches. This is some of the weirdest routing I've done, which is often a sign of a good Pokémon, where I'm like toing and froing all over the place. Because it means that I'm getting ahead of myself in some ways. Exactly, we get a little bit more PowerPoint action on Fire Punch as well, which we'll need for the Rocket section. Should be settling into a nice rhythm soon, though. Just this early part of Johto has been a little bit all over the place. We know exactly what's going to happen here at Jasmine. Three one-shots. And there's the Mega Stone. So we'll now give the Mega Stone to our BLAZIKEN. And we now have the option to Mega Evolve whenever we like. Apologies for how bad that back sprite is for the Mega BLAZIKEN. I tried and tried and tried. That's the best I could do. I appreciate it looks more like the inside of a tent than what it's supposed to look like. But can we at least get some comedic value out of it? That's pretty much what happened with Jasmine, wasn't it? She saw a BLAZIKEN, she's like, nah, I'm out of here. I can deal with a lot, I can't deal with a firefighting type. It's like you've honed in especially on trying to beat me. Just sits in the corner chugging secret potion, wallowing in her own misery. We'll only be Mega Evolving as well when we need it. Like, we'll definitely Mega Evolve for Claire, probably Lance as well. But there are a lot of trainers where it's just going to be wasting time if we Mega. Thank you for popping into stream, Daniel. I hope your workday goes very well. Sure, we'll catch up very soon. How are we for time? We're almost an hour in. I dread to think Jasmine with against the Tangler. It's the one run I've done, which I consider a failed run that ended up on the channel. I like extrasensory as a move, and I never get to backport it. Not seeing any issues coming up at these Electrode. Should have a fairly good time against them. I always forget that extrasensory is an egg move for Tangler. Provides some much needed coverage. But Tangler solo is an experience that I have to repeat soon. But I'd rather not, honestly. I really don't like Tangler as a Pokemon. Let the record show that we had turned. Border Douglas is a scam artist. We had turned. We should have got away. My plan for Tangler in Gen 1 is to just not do it. The gift lock script isn't running. Thank goodness. If someone wants to give me a Tangler in a gift lock, I'll have to play with it. What you've just said there, Carnage, is the most frustrating part of challenge running, where sometimes the only way forward is to reset until you get the RNG you need. We see that quite a lot with red battles when we've used all our rare candies. Border Douglas is actually just Stretch Armstrong. So as we're starting to fly away, or skate away I suppose, he's just like, nope, back you come. We'll do what we normally do as well, by the way, after we've made our way through to Blackthorn. We'll take a very quick break before the radio tower section. Lance Armstrong's the cycling dude who did illegal stuff. Well, maybe not illegal, but broke the rules. I'm thinking of Stretch Armstrong, the kid's toy, with the stretchy arms that are strong. hence the name. But yeah, we'll take our very quick 3-minute break for the challenge after we've done Ice Path. I'm catching up to you, Kanbei. I'm not that far behind. I like how it's all coming together now and like, let's be honest, part of my inspiration for Lance being a cheater was Lance Armstrong. I thought I could go for that. I was originally going to make more of a thing of the Armstrong point, but then I didn't want to get sued by Lance Armstrong. Right, I'll leave you with that thought. Going to pause the timer at 44 minutes exactly. We're going to take a very quick 3-minute break. That is a very good point. Do kids even know about Stretch Armstrong today? I feel old now. I'm going to hobble to get a drink with my imaginary Zimmer frame. I'll see you all in 3 minutes' time. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. Got a little bit distracted having a little chat about all things nostalgic on the break. Like getting little toys in your cereal boxes. It all came because of that bloody Stretch Armstrong thing. And then we were talking about you can age a certain subsect of millennials by seeing if you wore one of those yellow Livestrong wristbands in high school. Yeah, back when free gifts were gifts and not you're selling your soul to a corporation to get said gift. It was a huge thing in my school. You were left out if you didn't have one of those yellow Livestrong wristbands. Then it could easily be a regional thing as well. Slash is a good move, but I don't think we've got any need for it. Yep, mid-2000s. That time period. Because I assume we're all plus or minus about 5 years the same age in this chat. My first Windows was 95. Thank you, Seribot, over on Twitch. But I feel a lot of that depends on whether you grew up in a technophile or a technophobe household. .1 is pre-95. I love having a special attacker for this part of the challenge. It makes this battle a hell of a lot more bearable. I loved Sonic on my Master System as opposed to my Genesis. I had the 8-bit console. I really like Windows 10, I've got to be honest. It fits in perfectly with my work ecosystem. I am one of those holdouts that will never, ever upgrade to 11. A lot of it could have been a regional thing as well, with those bracelets. Because what date are we today? We're the 15th, month and a day till my birthday, so I'm 34 in a month and a day. So we are all roughly the same age here. Yeah, Windows 10's stopping full-on support later this year. Yeah, 10 does feel like a modern XP. Vista was bad, wasn't it? I don't know what foundation it was built on, but it constantly crashed. The ones I'm thinking of, Gemma, they were the stretchy ones that you just put around your wrist, as opposed to the snappy ones. I upgraded to 11 for a little bit, and every time my monitors went on to standby, I'd blue screen, which is why I'm not on 11 now. Wrong move, Squidge. There we go. I'm starting to think as well, I've underestimated Blaziken's abilities by quite a significant degree. Because we are racing through. We might not be on the quickest time ever. But 0 resets are no sign of a struggle. This Pokemon is good. Thank you for popping in, Deadpool. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Wonder why the results command isn't working. At the moment, I'm too deep in run mode to be able to troubleshoot. Thank you for popping in, Carnage, as well. I hope you're doing, or I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Have we never streamed Fearow? Or it might be because I've changed file locations. But thank you for popping in, Carnage. I hope to see you very soon. I'm going to be live, of course, 2 more days this week. Back at the usual time of 2 PM United Kingdom time. That's the wrong move there. Back to usual from tomorrow. God, my menuing with this awful D-pad. I'll grab a new one at the beginning of the next month. New controller, that is, not just a new D-pad. Yep, rip next month's KFC. Need to spend it on a controller instead. To be fair, with how much you hammer controllers doing challenge runs, I think getting 6 months out of a single controller, I can't really complain. Because it is full on attacking every button, basically, isn't it? Especially that D-pad, 4 times movement speed. You're hitting it an awful lot. There we go. No issues with Claire. She did her worst, but her worst was not bad enough. Boo! Boo that bad joke, but also secretly enjoy it. Boo! Oh god, the ketchup song. That was by Last Ketchup, who then subsequently represented Spain in the Eurovision Song Contest with a song called Unbloody Mary. That was the Fast Food Rockers. The song you're referencing there, Kanbe. Sub 55-minute Claire for a stream. I'm very happy about that. Where are those nuggets? There they are. So, what do we need? So our vitamin shop done. Done a little bit of extra vitamin shopping compared to normal. Mirror move could be useful in certain very niche situations. Like, say for instance, you've got a red Snorlax. You could use mirror move there to pick up a couple of amnesia. But it's very, very circumstantial. Or like red as well. You can nab a reflect for yourself by using mirror move. But red is mostly a special attacker. But the Pokemon that normally comes out after Espeon is Snorlax. It's more useful than you think at first glance. Less useful than when you've really analysed it for a bit. It's one of those in the middle kind of moves. Alright, here we are, the final rival battle. And that was a very, very simple rival battle. So we'll now thank the HM friends. So it's a big thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, merci to Paris. And the biggest thank you of all goes to you wonderful green names in the chat. And you people on Twitch with the little sub icon, the HM friends of the channel. We'll grab our 4 full restores and we'll take a look at our stats going into the league. Level 51 with 172 HP, holding the Mega Stone with Fire and Thunder Punch, Hidden Power Ice, and Double Kick. And our stats, because we forgot that, 163 in attack, 106 in defense, 153 in special attack, 112 in special defense, and 121 in speed. This is our first league member. This is Will. He's a Psychic type specialist who leads with Johto. Thank you for popping in, Kanbei. We may or may not be done by the time you're back. We'll see how we get on. One shot on Johto, level 52. One shot on Slowbro. It's going to be a one shot on this Johto. And even though we're the fighting type, we're absolutely fine for Will. 1 hour, 8 seconds. Second up is Koga. Now Koga's got a bit of a bug problem, which is great for us. Because half our team's bloody fire type. Well, we've got the fire type is what I'm trying to say there, so half his team is weak to fire. He's going to try stalling us now. But stalling does not work. That is true, half my team is fighting. Just by virtue of having half the fighting type on there. Dig might hurt here, you know. Or not. Nice crit there. Oof, that was close, but we got through. It's Karen time. Do we count that as a one shot on the Umbreon? We knocked it out in one turn. Many have tried and many have failed to get through Karen on their first attempt. BLAZIKEN is one of them. One more hidden power left to go. I am speechless with how good BLAZIKEN has been so far. That was not even close. 103.42 through the league. If we take off the 5 minutes or so that always gets added on for stream, we would, on a prereq, be fighting for top spot. We are in the company of one of the strongest Pokemon we have ever seen on the channel. So let's unpause the timer. Let's keep it going. We welcome back the HM friends. We're going to get Flamethrower after Blue as well. We don't need Flamethrower for the first part of this. At the moment, we are just in go mode. Let's get ourselves on that boat. I might be slightly less chatty now because I'm more intensely concentrating than I was before. Let's go and grab that first rare candy here in Vermilion City. We'll take on our first gym leader together of Kanto. It's going to be Surge. I like the idea of Machop and Makuhita together being Machonk. It's fine if you light screen, we still have double kick. And it does just the trick, regardless. If anything, it's probably saved us a little bit of time not needing to PP heal. We don't need the lefties, don't need the PP up. I know, we're probably gonna replace it with Sky Uppercut for Snorlax. We one-shot every single one of his Pokemon. Lance was no issue at all for us. Neither was Erica. I still have my usual concerns about Blue, then I think that's just normal stream apprehension about facing blue. Should be good with Janine regardless of what move we pick. Exactly, medium slow came in very handy early game. Can tell I'm getting a little bit anxious about this Pokemon because the movement in some of these tighter corners is starting to get a little sloppy. I think if any leader is going to give us grief, it's going to be Sabrina. Oof, that's not a good start. Oh, we're through Sabrina. Probably should have left her until a little later. But we got through. On to Nugget Bridge we go. Yep, another really dull section, but it's a bit of mental digestion time. Because we've got Brock, Blaine, Blue, and Misty as our remaining gym leaders. I'm feeling less confident about my own personal Mega Swampert prediction as well. The sticking point for Mega Swampert is going to be rival number 2. Because we've got the 4 times weakness. I'm not going to imitate any Pokemon's in-game cry at the moment. I'm too focused. After the challenge, though, I'll get to that. Misty shouldn't be an issue. We've got Thunder Punch. And we will use Sky Uppercut for the Quagsire, potentially. Mega just to be safe. We hit, so we should be good now. So we're going to outspeed and one-shot the Starmie. Outspeed and one-shot the Lapras. Yep, perfect. Thank God for that. I'd like to see Misty have a Lantern myself. This gym should be easy. We've got Thunder Punch and Hidden Power Ice. So we shouldn't have any issues at all here. Then we've got Blaine, who can Sky Uppercut and hope for the best. Mantine would have been nice on the team as well, definitely. Having such ridiculously high special defensive bulk would work in her favour. There's 3 drill done. That's a sign, Squidge. Don't talk to the Pallet Town sign. I actually find it takes more time for me to try and avoid 3 drill than it takes to just battle him. There we go. Blaine done. Whatever happens now, we've made it through to blue with 0 resets. The Pidgeot is scaring me a little bit, but we'll give it a go. Through Pidgeot. We hit Alakazam. This is 100%, it's going to be a one-shot. We'll take the less risky Hidden Power here as opposed to Sky Uppercut. Sky Uppercut the Arcanine, it survives. Flamethrower's not going to do much. He's going to Healing Loop, so we're going to go to Thunder Punch and try and knock it out in 2. But we miss, so we're losing a little... But we don't miss, we low roll. So we're losing a little bit of time. There we go, we're through the Arcanine. It's just Exeggutor left to go. We can Fire Punch the Exeggutor, we're through blue. Oh. One more battle left to go. Get ourselves flamethrower. Into Mount Silver. Then do you know what we do? We save and we don't hold back. We say goodbye to Pikachu. And then we get one shot by Espeon. Never mind. Looks like red could be the undoing of good old KFC. Come on, come on, come on, yes! And that is time. That was definitely a tricky one at the end there. But we made it through. And we one-shot the Snorlax, which is always good to see. And it puts us in 10th place on our leaderboard. Not bad going at all. Yep, all we needed was Reflect. It is tight at the top. Very tight at the top. I think the trick was Mega Evolving later in that battle might have forced Red to use Reflect. I owe you a blow for Jigglypuff, don't I? But of course, there's just one more thing we need to do before we end stream today. Kenya, we couldn't have done it without you. It's time for you to go to your rightful home. So until tomorrow, Kenya, when we'll meet again, thank you. And with that, we are done for another one. We'll save, as we always do at the end of the stream, in front of Nurse Joy in the Violet City Pokemon Center. And we are going to be going off air now. I need a wee, honestly. And I don't have it in me to do another challenge today. However, we will be back at 2 PM tomorrow. So in around about 21 hours time, we will be back for another challenge run. It's going to be a lot trickier tomorrow. No, it's not going to be a lot trickier tomorrow because we're going to be doing Swampert tomorrow, and then the tricky one is Thursday. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all so much for popping in today, whether it was on Twitch or on YouTube. I will catch you all same time, same place tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening.